All right, everyone go ahead and have a seat, please, except for Jenessa and her father, and Tyson, of course, and us. There's an old ancient proverb that dangerous crashing waves was a sign of long, happy life together. Has anyone heard that one? No. It was totally made up, but we're going to roll with it today because that's what's happening. But it's a beautiful day, and we're all here for a great purpose. Welcome to Tyson and Jenessa's wedding. And Brian, I've never met a father that was willing to give up his daughter, so instead I ask, do I have your blessing for this marriage? All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, go ahead and have a seat.
If the sun's hitting you, you're going to be getting a glare. You might want to
Tyson and Jenessa are happy today, not only because they have a chance to share their love and their joy together with family and friends, but also because they have a chance to express their aspirations for the future. Yeah. This is all according to plan. Everything's going perfectly so far.
It's a rental, we're fine.
All right. Before we get into the actual ceremony, we'd like to take a moment or two to recognize those that could not be here today. While they might not be here with us physically, Tyson and Jenessa do feel their love and support. So let's take a moment of silence for those who could not be here today. Today, Tyson and Jenessa pledge to help each other develop their hearts and minds and to cultivate compassion, generosity, patience, and wisdom. As they age and undergo the various ups and downs of life, they pledge to the path of love, compassion, joy, and equanimity, recognizing that the external conditions in life will not always be smooth, and that internally their minds and emotions will sometimes get stuck in negativity. They pledge to see all of these circumstances as a challenge to help them grow, to open their hearts, and to accept themselves and each other, and to generate compassion for those who are suffering. They pledge to avoid becoming narrow, closed, or opinionated, and to help each other see the various sides of situations. Today, Tyson and Jenessa pledge to preserve and enrich their affection for one another and to share it with others. To pledge and preserve the everlasting love and feelings that they have for each other and their vision for each other's potential and inner beauty, taken rather as an example instead of spiraling inward and becoming self-absorbed, to radiate their love outwards for everyone to share. All right, all right. When it comes time to part, they pledge to look back at this time spent together with joy that they met and shared what they have together, and acceptance that we cannot hold on to anything forever, but to maintain the awareness that all things are temporary and remain optimistic that they can achieve their greatest potential and lasting happiness in this life that they're sharing together. All right, so we'll progress toward the vows here. All right. You've known each other for a long number of years. 11 is what I'm hearing. That's a long time to wait. Through the first glance of acquaintance to this moment of commitment, at some moment you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed you have been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held riding in a car or over a meal or on long walks, all of those sentences that began with "when we're married" and continued with "I will" and "you will" and "we will." Those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe. Just two people working out what they want, what they believe in, and what they hope for each other. All of these things and more are the real process of a wedding. That's why we're here today. The symbolic vows that you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know, all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed over the years, well, I meant it all, every word. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, lover, dancing partner, and even teacher. You've learned a lot from one another in these last 11 years. You've learned that good company and friendship count for more than wealth, good looks, or position. And you've learned that marriage is a maze into which we wander, a maze that is best traveled with a great companion. Now you'll say a few words that will take you across a certain threshold in life, and things will never quite be the same between you. For after these vows, you can say to the world that this is my husband and this is my wife. Tyson, do you promise to dedicate yourself completely to Jenessa with body, speech, and mind in this life, in every situation, in wealth or poverty, in health or sickness, in happiness or difficulty? Do you promise to stand by her until death parts you? Okay. Jenessa, do you promise to dedicate yourself completely to Tyson with body, speech, and mind in this life, in every situation, in wealth or poverty, in health or sickness, in happiness or difficulty? Do you promise to stand by him until death parts you? Very good. All right, at this time, Tyson and Jenessa are going to get involved in sort of an untraditional tradition. Here's how it works. Tyson and Jenessa have created a box, or they've acquired a box rather, and in the box they've written love letters to each other that neither has read at all. There's also detailed reasons why they fell in love and what they truly admire about the other person. The letters will be placed in the box along with a bottle of wine and a glass jar filled with the wet sand from this beach. They will then lock the box. The idea is that if they ever find marriage has hit a tough spot, they will bring out the box and open it, share the wine, and read the letters reminding them of the love that brought them together and the promises that they made to each other here today. It is their hope and belief that they will not need to open the box except in celebration of an anniversary. And Tyson and Jenessa told me that they plan to hold out 5 years before they open that box. So I think they can do it. We'll see. If they do need it, it's there. This may not seem like the most romantic thing to do on a wedding day, to talk about the days that will be difficult and hard, but it's important to Jenessa and Tyson that their ceremony and promises to each other be realistic. They know that marriage is hard. They know that it takes a lot of work, and they're willing to make that commitment here today. Tyson and Jenessa, go ahead and seal that box, lock it for us. Now onto the rings. Kurt, I believe you have the rings. Yes? Okay. Hopefully. Lip gloss and rings. The circle has frequently been used to symbolize eternity. The ring, like the circle, is a reminder of the perfection and endurance of Tyson and Jenessa's commitment and love for one another. Tyson, as you place the ring on Jenessa's finger, please repeat after me. With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours. It is a symbol of my eternal love, my everlasting friendship, and the promise of all my tomorrows. Jenessa, as you place the ring on Tyson's finger, please repeat after me. With this ring, I marry you and bind my life to yours. It is a symbol of my eternal love, my everlasting friendship, and the promise of all my tomorrows. Before I pronounce you married, I have just one more thing I would like you to do. Your wedding day is a day that seems to fly by. It takes so much planning and so much work goes into it, and then when the day actually arrives, it seems to fly by. So take a moment to internalize what's happening here. Look into each other's eyes, embrace each other. Think about the happiness that you're feeling in this place, in this moment. Think about your life together in 20 years from now. Where are you? What are you doing? We all know that your visions of the future are not identical, but they should always be complementary. John Lennon once said, A dream you dream alone is only a dream. A dream you dream together, that is reality. And that new reality starts now. By the authority vested in me by the state of California, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, I would like to introduce to the world Mr. and Mrs. Tyson Matoza.
Aren't you supposed to carry her now?
Go over there with them. Just go get some shots.
Here she goes now.
All right, so we'll make our way to the reception. Let the party begin. Thank you.
Good job, Brian.